السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة.
حي على الصلاة.
حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله والسلام عليه تسليما كثيرا. In an authentic hadith that is considered to be from the Jawami' al-Kalim that Al-Imam al-Nawawi brought in his book 40 Hadith, our Nabi al-Mustafa al-Mukhtar al-Mujtaba salawatullahi wassalamu alayhi تسليم كثيرا قال: يا أيها الناس إن الله طيب لا يقبل إلا طيبا. The Nabi of Islam told us, O you people, Allah is pure and He only accepts that which is pure. And this hadith and these few words, they have a lot of far-reaching meaning and implications and ahkam and adab and hikam. Allah is pure and He only accepts that which is pure. And that's why in our religion, in the deen of Islam, the Muslim has to take care of his hygiene. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, at-tuhur shatrul iman. Cleanliness is half of faith. You go into a person's house, his home, you step into the door, and you see that everything is murattab and everything is with tartib and is clean. Tambasat nafsak, your spirit, it affects you in a positive way. And you get a positive feeling about the people in that house, his wife, him, the occupants of that home. But if you go into someone's house and things are in disarray, the house smells, it's all messed up, it's something natural. The person is going to say, what's the deal with Fulan, the sahib of this house? What's wrong with him? Allah is pure and He loves purity. And purity is from our deen. It's half of the deen. And this is why we as Muslims, we clean ourselves a particular way after going to the toilet. Not like the non-Muslims. We stay away from a najasa, urine and other than that. This is part of your responsibility as a Muslim. Our masjid has to be clean, has to smell good. What kind of Muslims, or what is that community where if you go into the community, the toilet stinks, the bathroom stinks. When we go into any toilet, we seek refuge in Allah. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubthi wal-khaba'ith. I seek refuge from those things that are impure. Impure male jinns, impure female jinns, That's our deen. We can't eat khamr. We can't eat blood. We can't eat dead carrion. Women can't pray at that time of the month. If your clothes are filthy, Allah told us in the Quran, وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَهِّرْ. Clean your thobe. On the Friday, we wear our best clothes. That's a lesson for us. Ya ayyuhan nas, inna Allaha tayyib, la yaqbal illa tayyib. Allah is pure. He'll only accept what is pure. And the purest of the pure things is al-ikhlas. Allah doesn't accept doing things for people in order for people to look at you. Your niyyah is for the people. You have to have a niyyah that is khalisatan lillah, purely for the sake of Allah. If I get up here and I give a khutbah, and my goal and my objective is for the people to look at me, this khutbah will be thrown back at me yawm al-qiyamah. And that's why fasting, there's nothing like fasting. Because I can't look at any of you and say, he's fasting, he's fasting. When I went to the UK to deal with my situation over there, I didn't fast the vast majority of those days. And yet, when it was time to eat, I sat down with people and I ate the dates as if I was fasting. But I wasn't fasting, and no one knew that I wasn't fasting, because I was musafir. And I had a lot of things on my katafain. That's from the virtues of fasting. It's a proof of a person's ikhlas. It's for Allah Azza wa Jal. And I want you to juxtapose and contrast this hadith with another hadith from his kalam, that is from the Jawami' al-Kalam. Allah is pure and he loves that which is pure. He accepts that which is pure. Contrast that with this other hadith. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم والذي نفسي بيده لخلوف فم الصائم أطيب عند الله من ريح المسك. I swear by the one who my soul is in his hands, the bad smell, the repugnant, stinking smell that comes from the mouth of every person who fasts, not a single person here who, when he or she fasts, except that they're going to have bad breath, without any exception. This hadith said that smell is purer to Allah than the misk, than the perfume that the Arabs knew. Not this cheap perfume that people leave in a masjid, may Allah bless them. You know, this cheap perfume you just leave in every masjid, may Allah give them the reward. Why did that person leave that perfume in the masjid? He's trying to give sadaqah. He knows the position of good smells in our religion. The companion said that the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam would never refuse someone who gave him or put on him perfume. He would always take it. He loved good smells. And he despised scents and fragrances that were not nice. He told us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, من أكل من هاتين الشجرتين الخبيثتين فلا يقربن مسجدنا. Anyone from amongst you who has eaten a raw onion or raw garlic, don't come to this masjid. Stay away from the masjid, because that breath of yours is offensive. That fragrance of yours is not the fragrance of the masjid, for the masjid. إن الملائكة تتأذى مما يتأذى منه بنو آدم. He said that the angels that are in this room and everywhere else, they are offended and they are annoyed by the same things that our children are annoyed by. We are annoyed by bad breath. Can you imagine a man married to a woman whose dental hygiene is jammed up? When she speaks, he smells that breath. Or the sister who's married to a man who his hygiene is jammed up. He doesn't wash himself, his feet stinks, underarms stink. When he speaks, it's offensive. It's natural. You don't have to be a Muslim to appreciate that. You don't have to be Arab, non-Arab, white, black, man or woman, but especially the woman. The woman is more sensitive to these things. And this is why It is the grand responsibility, not the sole, the grand responsibility of our wives. You have to teach your daughter how to stay clean, especially that girl, especially that woman. But for all of us in our deen, you wear nice clothes on Friday, you take a ghusl on Friday, you put perfume on Friday every week. That's a sign. Muslims shouldn't stink. If you go out and you're working, you come back, you take a shower. That's our religion. I speak on behalf of every Muslim woman who's married to a man who his hygiene is a problem. I speak on behalf of every Muslim man who woman, she's a problem hygienically. What kind of Ramadan is that? Fasting and we don't take care of our bodies. Anyway, put that hadith, Allah is pure, and contrast it with this hadith. That the bad, stinking, repugnant, offensive smell that comes from the mouth of the faster is purer to Allah, purer than that expensive perfume that the Arabs used to like. They used to have perfume that comes from a special tree. All kinds of perfumes, even now, expensive perfume comes from the deer's intestines. It's called amber, oud. This bottle, this small, it costs $300, $400, $500. The bad smell of the person who's fasting is purer to Allah than this, and this is pure. It goes to show clearly the virtues of fasting, and that something that's offensive to Rasulullah, who didn't like bad smells, something that's offensive to people, although it's offensive because it comes as a result of fasting, is pure to Allah. And this is important. This is important. It's a principle you have to remember in your Islam and in your life. Why is that smell pure to Allah? Why? What's the hikmah? The hikmah is anything that comes as a result of us obeying Allah. And as a result of obeying Allah, you get a bad smell. As a result of obeying Allah, you become tired. Hajj, Umrah. As a result of obeying Allah, fasting, standing up for Salatul Taraweeh. As a result of obeying Allah, having sabr with our children, having sabr with the fitan and the aqdar, the things that are going on in our lives. But we have patience. We have patience. Anything that you receive in the way of hardship as a result of obeying Allah, it is better for you. In the scales, it's heavy. There are many examples of that, but I have to hurry up. One of those examples is the hadith. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عينان لا تمسهم النار عين بكت من خشية الله وعين باتت تحرس في سبيل الله. There are two sets of eyes, two pairs of eyes, two people. He has two eyes, he has two. There are two sets of eyes that will never be touched by the hellfire, ever. They won't go to the hellfire. The first set of eyes are those eyes that shed tears as a result of the fear of Allah. The fear of Allah. He's like me, he's an ajami. He doesn't know Arabic, but he knows that that Quran is from Allah. He knows Ramadan is from Al-Islam. He's behind that Imam in Taraweeh, and he's crying because he says, I know this religion is real. He's crying because he knows of his mistakes. He's crying because Ramadan is about to finish. Something has him crying. He misses his mother, he misses his father. He's crying because he has a problem and no one can help him but Allah. So that fear makes him cry. He won't go to the hellfire because he cried. As for that, hey boy, don't cry. Don't be a crybaby. Don't teach your sons that. Don't teach your sons that. Don't teach them not to cry. Teach them not to cry over spilt milk. Teach them not to cry over things that are frivolous. But we have to allow ourselves, and as men, we should cry. The other set of eyes is the eyes that when the Muslims were sleeping or the army was sleeping, this man, he was out in the frontiers looking for the enemy, making sure no one would hurt and harm the Muslims. It's like our volunteers who stay at the aid ground later than everyone else. who go out and they have to get all of the stuff for zakat al-fitr. It's difficult, but you're helping the community. You are fi sabilillah with those eyes protecting the Muslim community. Those eyes won't go into the hellfire. I got to give one more example. What's the point here? Anything that you go through, as a result of obeying Allah, and it hurts you, anything, you become tired, fatigued, whatever, worried, you're going to get rewarded. Your breath in the scales is heavy, although it stinks in Ramadan, outside of Ramadan. But it's stinking in Ramadan because you're fasting. Outside of Ramadan, that same offensive breath, you can be sinning because you're not being hygienic. Second example that I have to give is our brothers in Palestine, people in Gaza, those shuhada of Gaza, inshallah. Prophet Muhammad told us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the shaheed, who was he? The one who was burned to death by bombs, the one who the building fell on him, fell on his children, fell on his mother and his father, and she doesn't wail and take her clothes off and say, why Allah? They just keep being patient for 70 years while this ummah has basically turned their back on them. While our ummah, because Masjid As-Sunnah and that Masjid and that Masjid and that Masjid in Orlando and Central Florida, we waste a lot of money. We waste a lot of food. We don't give a lot. The ummah turned their backs on those people. 80 years. Not the hukam, just the hukam, the people. The amount of water we used in this masjid today, just today, the amount of water, we turned our backs on those people. Anyway, the shaheed. He says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, yawm al-qiyamah, that shaheed, his blood, ad-dam, long dam. Warih, rih, misk. That blood is going to be red, yawm al-qiyamah. It's red when they die. It's red. But the smell of that blood is going to smell like misk. Like that breath. It's going to smell like misk. Why? Because they got killed. Fi sabilillah. They got killed. Mazlumun. They got killed. And the people who killed them, they oppressed them. So they went through what they went through. And as a result of having sabr, as a result of not saying, what is this? Allah has oppressed us, or leaving the religion, they get that reward. You remember that for the rest of your life. You're in a bad marriage, be patient. Be patient. Patiently persevere. Deal with the situation with hikmah. You'll get your reward. That sweat, those smells that come off of you as a hard-working father, you working hard, even if you're retired. You worked hard. So as a result of that, all of that is in the scales with Allah heavy. What I really want to point to with this hadith from the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam about the khuluf of the mouth of the faster is this hadith, Ikhwani, in this last Ramadan, this last Jumu'ah of Ramadan, is a lesson for all of us. I want to bring it to all of your attention. This hadith clearly points and indicates to everybody in this masjid that we are all weak in our creation. The proof that everybody is weak is bad smells come out of our body, whether you like it or you don't like it. All we can do is do things to mask the smell, to push the volume down. That's all we can do. And we have a responsibility to mask it by taking ghusl, by making wudu, by brushing your teeth, by cleaning yourself. But no one here has the right to be mutakabbir and to look at himself as being better than the next man. He's better than me because of my color, my melanation. Make America great again. The MAGA people think that they're better than us because they're white and we're not white. Any Muslim who's in this place and you think because of your country or your lineage or your money or where you live or your car or your house, the woman who thinks her hair is longer, she's more beautiful, ajmal, anyone who thinks they're better than someone else, you need to refer to this hadith. Everybody here stinks. The breath, the underarm, and other parts of our body, if you don't take care of it. And when you die, it's even worse. Allah Ta'ala has clearly established that in this hadith from the mouth of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and many ayat of the Quran. هو الذي خلقكم من نطفة ثم من علقة ثم يخرجكم طفلا. Allah is the one who created you people from a nutfa, and then you came after that as a leech-like clot, and then he made you children. Weak. The ayat went on to say, and then we cause you to become strong in middle age, and then you become weak again. You become shuyukh. We have people in this room right now, people upstairs. The sister can barely get up the stairs because she's weak. She's older, sitting in the chair. He has a white beard. We're weak. It is not acceptable in this month of Ramadan to leave this month, and this month to leave us, and we go away on that same minhaj and understanding, I'm better than him because I'm from Trinidad and he's from Guyana. I'm from this place and she's from that place. That's not our religion. Everybody here, our situation, our reality is weak. Mankind and the jinn are all weak. Mankind and the jinn. As for the malaika, then they're strong. Why are the malaika strong in addition to Allah creating them that way? They are strong because of the ayat of the Quran. لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. Those malaika, they don't disobey Allah and what he tells and orders them to do, but they do what they're told. When a person obeys Allah, he becomes strong, like the prophets and the messengers. Salawatullahi wassalamu alayhim ajma'in. Abdullah ibn Abbas said that Rasulullah had the strength of 30 camels. Musa was strong. Rasulullah would go to the house of Sulaim, Anas ibn Malik, Abu Talha, sleep in that house, and he would sweat like a human being. They used to take the sweat off of his head, off of his face, and put it in that bottle of perfume, and then put that sweat on their children for Friday. He was strong. So the malaika are strong because they obey Allah. When those people of the Kuffar of Ta'if threw stones and rocks at him, Jibril came and said, Ya Muhammad, this is the angel of the Akhshabain, the mountains. This is the angel. His responsibility is the mountains in the world. All you have to do is tell him, and he's going to smash out these people for what they did to you, throwing those rocks. He said, no, no, no. I hope that they have children who will accept Islam and worship Allah. That's strength to be able to forgive people. The month of Ramadan has come, and we have 2 more days, inshallah, and it's about to go. And we still didn't forgive our ex-wives, our ex-husbands, that person who oppressed you. And as I mentioned before, Hassan, Sadiq, Nazir, Abdullah, there's not a single person here except that somebody has oppressed us. We still didn't forgive them. It's the strong person who is able to forgive. He says strength is not by outboxing people and wrestling people. Strength is controlling your anger when you get hungry, when you get angry. Not hungry, not hungry. When you become angry, that's strength in this deen. Ummat al-Islam. The jinn and mankind are weak because they disobey Allah. Allah said about Iblis, the boss, Inna kayda shaytani kana da'ifa. Iblis is weak, his plan. At Maghrib time, the Nabi said, close your windows, close your doors, bring your children in. Because Maghrib is the time the jinn, shayateen go around. And the jinn, shaitan, can't open a closed door. He can't open a window. A shaitan can't come to anybody here and grab you by the head and say, don't get up for Salatul Fajr. It's only 2 more days remaining for Ramadan, inshallah. Don't pray. All he can do is make wiswas. In the month of Ramadan, the marada, those powerful jinn, sufidat, they're tied up because they're weak. All they can do is make wiswas. That's all they can do. That's all they can do. In the story of Sulaiman, salawatullahi wassalamuhu alayhi, in the story of Sulaiman, come up, Ikhwani. Too many people are trying to come in. Sulaiman asked all of his army, Who can bring me the throne, the kursi, the arsh of the Queen of Sheba? قال إفريت من الجن أنا آتيك به قبل أن تقوم من مقامك وإني عليه لقوي أمين. The Ifrit, the powerful jinn, the powerful ones that are tied up. He told Sulaiman, I can bring you her throne from Yemen, and I can bring it right to you before you get up from this spot. Because he's under the ishraf of Sulaiman. He's a believer, so he's strong. Allah mentioned in the next ayat that the one who had knowledge of the book, he said to Sulaiman, I can bring you her throne before you close your eye and you bat your eye. Some of the Mufassirin said that the one who had ilm min al-kitab, that it was Jibreel. Before you close your eye